Welcome to Thursday's Market SITREP here at Top Gun Options Mobile Headquarters. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, coming from the Miami Turnberry down here in Aventura. Nice, beautiful resort. Has AC, got power, got everything, and more importantly, coffee. So still taking a while to get some power on down here in Florida, which just makes me absolutely furious. In case you didn't know, Southeast Florida was hit by a tropical storm. Okay, obviously the West Coast got hammered a little bit more. This was a tropical storm down here, folks. If this had been a Cat 5 we didn't learn anything from Andrew, obviously, folks. It would have been the end of days down here. 12 hours after people having no power, they're reverting to caveman status. So here's your warning from Uncle Wiz now. Something will, not if, hopefully not, all that stuff, is going to happen devastating to this country that's going to dwarf 9/11. Small yield nuke, another natural disaster, whatever it is. If you are not prepared, and again, I'm no tinfoil hat wearing guy on the exit ramp of I-95, although I might start doing that just to make a couple bucks, out there. You're in trouble. This place is. Did you see the images on national news of Black Lives Matter supporters or members rescuing Air Jordans from some stores down here in South Florida? So good job by them. It was reported that none of the job applications in the HR department in those stores were taken, so everything's safe there. But guys, if you're not prepared for a disaster, this wasn't even a disaster down in Southeast Florida, and it might be weeks without power. No idea what the hell what folks are doing, but this is, again, we can put people on the moon in the 60s with technology less than a cell phone. Can't get power on to people. It's going to be ugly. I'm prepared, trust me. Gold, ammunition, water, and with the weapons, you can get everything else you need. Okay. You guys know, it's funny, I haven't seen an image or a video of this. I know they do this, but here's an actual video of the Arab League members. Remember how I always laugh about OPEC and how they sit around this big circular table with nice flowers in the middle, and they all, look like friends and brothers? Well, this was a good video. You rabid dogs. Watch as screaming Arab League members accuse each other of terrorism. It's a den of thieves and a bunch of disgusting people, folks. I've been there. I've been to 9, 10, 11, whatever countries in the Middle East, folks. I know the culture. I know the people. This is comical, okay? And, of course, Saudi Arabia being are one of our best allies, with 16 of the 19 9/11 attackers coming from Saudi Arabia. All these camps built, all this stuff, haven't taken in not one Syrian refugee, but you got all the liberal pieces of shit in America wanting, how do you vet somebody coming from Syria? The phones don't even work. Who are you calling? It's ridiculous. But I think every Syrian refugee we let into this country should go to a sanctuary city. Open your arms, folks. Or maybe George Clooney's house. So this was comical. Go on Zero Hedge and watch this. That's who they are. Russia kicks off the biggest display of military power since the Cold War, right on the border of our NATO countries. Putin is flexing his muscles because he sees that we're not going to do anything about North Korea. It's incredible, folks. 15 years in the military, I've never seen anything like this. Potential nuclear war. We got Russia really, really, really coming on strong here. China. Barack Obama has absolutely, he wanted to end American exceptionalism. He did, and now we're screwed. So thanks, Barack. North Korea threatens to sink Japan. Remember that one Democratic congressman? You have to Google this. He's talking to a Navy admiral, and he was worried about Guam sinking. This admiral, doing all he could to maintain his dignity in answering this retarded congressman, talked about, well, sir, it's an island. I don't think it'll sink. The ships do. Well, Admiral, I think, Google that. If you want your chuckle for the day, Google Guam Island sinking, and watch this poor admiral. That's how you know we have civilian control of the military, because I would have climbed across the table and choked that guy. And whoever elected him, that whole district is full of retards. But here we go again. He's going to light off more bottle rockets. We're not going to do anything. China's not going to do anything. Russia's not going to do anything. He's going to have nukes, and one day he will hit the United States. You heard it here. Getting better. Here we go. Now let's actually, all of that stuff impacts the markets, folks. It's funny. It's all of these articles I'm reading have been saying this is ridiculous. We've had the longest stretch of an up market without a 5 or much less a 10% decline. This article says all we've more or less missed is what? The famine and the pestilence. We've had just about every other risk hit this market, It's the Teflon market, folks. It's going to go up. Here's your Yogi Berraism for the day. It's going to go up until it doesn't. And then there will be zero liquidity to get out of any of your positions. None. That should be terrifying to you. And if I'm not scaring you a little bit today, I'm not doing my job. I'm the guy that needs a freaking shave and is carrying a sidearm here, folks. Everyone's in the pool. Everything is fine until it's not. You guys know me, man. A broken clock is right twice a day. I don't want to be right with any of this shit, but when and not if this thing comes down, if you don't have hedges on, you're going to be completely wiped out. Trump, again, the guy's lost me. I met with Nancy and Chuck last night. They came out and said no wall. He agreed to not build a wall. White House came out and said 10 minutes later, what are they talking about? Of course we're building a wall. How retarded. I mean, just they're school children, right? Trump doesn't build a wall, he will not get reelected. I guarantee you. Trump builds a wall, he will get reelected in a landslide, okay? So I get it. It's negotiations, it's deal. They go out and say one thing, he goes out and says another. This DACA shit makes me furious. Just like he said with China. Day one in office, I will label China a currency manipulator. Didn't. Day one in office, I'll rescind that illegal DACA, the executive order that Obama signed. He didn't, and it sounds like he's negotiating a deal. Those people need to be gone. Oh, don't you have a heart, or they were children? Hey, first of all, folks, I can Google and find you about 1,000 stories of these, quote, children who are murderers or kill people with DUIs or repeat felons. They need to go. But here's the analogy I use. Let's say you move into a place with your parents, okay? And all of a sudden your parents stop paying the rent and the landlord comes to evict. Is it your fault your parents didn't pay the rent? No, it's not your fault. You're still getting thrown out of the house. Or does the landlord have to go, you guys are great. Oh, you have kids there? Why don't you stay for free and I'll eat this and lose the money? Can't stand it. The law is the law, folks, and it really is going to be the end of days here. And now we're starting to hear the tax reform. He sounds worse than a Pelosi or a Schumer on tax reform. I don't like this. I don't think the market's going to like this. If he does a swing and a miss on the taxes, he sounds like Obama. We're going to tax the shit out of the rich. The rich create the jobs, you jackass. You used to be one of these. I love this. It's just like an admiral or a general who retires and then writes a tell-all book about all this crap and the harumph. Hey, why don't you do that, Superman, when you were on active duty? Same thing with Trump. When he was a businessman, we need lower taxes and the rich create jobs and I do this. And now when he gets in office, and well, guess what? I'm going to go stick it to those guys. How about a flat freaking tax, folks? The rich don't use the Coast Guard, the National Interstate Highway System, or welfare benefits more than anybody else. Why aren't we paying a flat tax on a postcard? Furious with Trump. He sucks. Had it with the guy. We talked about Wesley Batista at JBS yesterday, getting some bracelets on his arms. I guess I won't be flying down to Brazil to see Wesley. If I do, it'll be a jail visit. Definitely not taking the offer that they made me. So I'm glad I dodged a bullet with that. Gotta love Brazil, folks. So yeah, we're slipping after the rip your face off. No North Korea death, and Irma was nothing really. Rally. I said yesterday we're gonna level off here, and we did. I'd be looking at a weekly bear call spread right about now because we're gonna give some of this back, like here, and here, okay? And something else, let me put a little out to the right here, is going to cause this market to freak the hell out and go down. So when I do get airborne next week with full throttle, we're going to talk about, again, hedging. We're going to get long some VIX calls. We're going to look at getting long some SPY or SPX puts. It's cheap insurance, folks. With the market up here, it's cheaper than it was down here. So remember all my hedging talk back here? Copy, paste, and put it over here. You can't be overinsured, folks. I'm not going to tell you how much personal life insurance I have. Let's just say I'm pretty overinsured, man. I'm worth a hell of a lot more dead than I am alive. But one of the reasons we're starting to roll over a little bit today is, folks, is the CPI came in a little hotter than expected. What's that mean? Inflation. Where is it? CPI right here and core CPI. That means Janet might have a little bit of airspace to or runway to raise interest rates before the end of the year. Market doesn't like that, right? Interest rates are high, stocks will die. Interest rates are low, stocks will grow. So we're getting a little bit of a wait. The inflation's kind of coming around here. She can raise rates. So that would be a temper tantrum. I don't think it would be a Fire and Fury or a James Comey memo. How about Jim Comey? What a piece of shit. The guys, where Trump and Attorney General Sessions, you're both idiots. Where's the special counsel on James Comey, Loretta Lynch, Hillary Clinton, for Christ's sake? You have got to restore the rule of law. You can be damn sure if Hillary Clinton runs, she'd still be going after Trump to bury him into the ground. I'm sick of Republicans playing touch football in politics and Democrats playing tackle. Wake the hell up. Attorney General Sessions, screw MS-13 Mexican gangs. They're like Doritos. Crunch all you want. They're going to make more of them. They ain't making another Clinton, Rice, Comey. Okay, or Loretta Lynch, that racist attorney general. Go after these people, prosecute them. Don't get indicted or convicted. Great. At least we saw the process. We saw last week that memorandum came out that Jim Comey, weeks before he even interviewed Hillary Clinton, he came up with a statement exonerating her before he met the woman and interviewed her. I can't. All right, I gotta reduce my coffee intake here, guys. Here we go. It's gonna be a good time next week. I promise. I'm back, baby. I feel good. I feel better. Got my head clear. I think getting knocked down to literally, a half a generator running your refrigerator and sweating to death on your couch. In pitch black, because a whole neighbor, not a lights on except a flashlight going by, and you wonder if that's a looter, sleeping with your 9mm really recages your gyro. So I'm fired up. I'm back. Let's get airborne next week. Go.topgunoptions.com/joinft. That means join full throttle. Free week of live trading and training. The whole flight schedule is right here on the page. I'll also throw in an OPCL, the options pocket checklist, and the 7-step trade plan just for registering. Everything is recorded, so if you can't make the Wednesday session or the Friday weekly options, don't worry. We're going to put them all on a replay page for you so you can get airborne here at TGO. Okay? I got to run. Literally going to go for a run on the beach, get my mind right, and be back to trading here. I'll probably send out an urgent alert tomorrow, depending on how the market's looking, okay? All right, folks, have a great rest of your day. God bless. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge.